This is another episode of the AWS Toolkit series by cloudonaut. This series is all about independent developers building practical tools, making our lives when working with AWS easier. And today I'm happy to welcome Victor Grenu to the show. He is an independent AWS architect, the creator of the AWS Security Digest newsletter, and most important for this show is he is the builder of unused.cloud, a tool for sending alerts for inactive assets in your AWS accounts. So, Victor, I'm really happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Why did you start working on this project at the first time? So, what was your main motivation?
My main motivation at the beginning was for personal AWS accounts. I was preparing some AWS certifications, and to do so, I spin up some different assets on my AWS account to test AWS services, to make some labs and so on to prepare my certification. And I always, at the end of the day, forgot to turn off the resources. And then at the end of the month, I get hit by the AWS bill. So the idea was to send me a daily notification about what was running on the AWS account, especially on different regions.
Okay, so I have opened up unused.cloud, and this is probably the starting point. So maybe just guide me through setting things up, making sure we are not
Okay,
leaving any resources unattended in our accounts.
right. You have a login link that we
Mm-hmm.
bring to the back office page. And then if you have already an AWS account, you just have to sign in. Oh,
So I can just sign up
yeah.
here. So I type in a username. So let's do cloudonaut here. My email address. And then I need a secure password. Okay. Sign me up.
So now you are connected to the back office with the dashboard. And the first thing to do is to fill your AWS account ID on the top left.
Mm-hmm.
You can find this information in your AWS console on the, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Let me copy that. Okay, so I need to copy that in
Okay.
here. Okay.
You can choose your preference regarding the scan schedule. So you have a
Mm-hmm.
predefined schedule with a daily, weekly, monthly, or custom cron expression.
Mm-hmm.
Notification channel. So by default, it's by email, but you can also enable the Slack notification with a Slack hook if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And you
What? So do I need to go to a Slack channel for that, or how do I get the
to
webhook?
get your webhook, you have to go to a specific channel and create a hook for this specific channel. Yeah,
I need
uh,
an app for
and
that. A
incoming
webhook.
webhook. Yeah, this one.
Ah, okay. Here it is. Incoming webhook. Install that. Add to
Right,
Slack.
you choose
Okay.
the channel unused.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
okay,
Add incoming webhook integration.
okay, and you can this one.
Now I get this
Yeah,
URL.
correct.
This is what I
Right,
need, right? Okay. The configuration.
perfect.
And I'm adding that here. Okay. Cool.
And that's all. You
Okay.
just
So
have to click on create.
that's all.
There is a
Okay.
pop-up to help you to deploy the read-only EIM permission. So to do
Mm-hmm.
this, there is a CloudFormation template. So
Mm-hmm.
if you click on deploy the EIM role, it will bring you to the AWS console.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want more
Mm-hmm.
details about the permission, you have a documentation uh, which
Mm-hmm.
explain the scenario, the workflow to let unused read your AWS account metadata. And
Okay, so you basically you're deploying an IAM role to my account, and this account gives unused.cloud
correct,
permission to assume a role in my account, and this is the policy attached
correct,
to that role. So what we can see from here is those are all read-only permissions. So you're basically just listing EC2 machines, volumes, and so on in my account. So basically that's all. I'm not giving any access to S3 buckets or DynamoDB tables and no write access. It's really, this is really, this is really least privileged permissions from what I can tell. This is
exactly.
really good. Yeah. Okay. So let me go back to this. So perfect. So let me click the deploy button. So I'm already logged into my AWS account.
Okay, so you leave the default value. You just check the okay, the last,
that it creates IAM resources. Okay. Create
and then
stack.
it will bring the EIM role on your account.
Okay. This usually takes a few minutes creating IAM
Right.
roles, or now it is create complete. Okay.
Okay, to verify that the permission is correctly set. Yeah, and it's ready. Perfect.
Oh, this is this is fun. I like that a lot. Okay, cool.
So
Okay,
now you
so
can just launch your first scan now, or your next scan is scheduled at the morning at 7
mhm,
a.m. Sorry, and
mhm.
if you want to scan now, you can run it now,
You can do that. Okay.
and it will take 2 to 3 minutes to scan the all regions from your
Mhm.
AWS account. And if you have
Okay.
unused asset or some resources that are not used at the moment, you will have a notification by email and on your Slack channel.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, so basically I would say the most interesting aspect is that this runs on a schedule, so I don't have to think about it. It just runs every morning, sends me a
Exactly.
summary or a notification, and this is really cool because the thing is, usually I forgot
Yeah.
those resources, and this brings them up to my attention. Actually, 7 a.m. is a good time. This is maybe when I look into my Slack channels for the first time,
Yeah.
so I can
Morning
maybe
check.
terminate some stuff that I see there. Yeah, exactly. Morning
Yeah.
routine, right? This is a very helpful one. Okay, okay. So now I see an event coming in here.
So as you can see, there is
Um,
a notification on Slack with a summary of what was going on your AWS account. So at this time, you have the month to date spending with
mhm,
the amount of your current AWS bill, and also
mhm,
the forecasted spend that is estimated by AWS. So you can follow the trend of your spending. If you receive this notification every morning, you can anticipate any surge into your AWS bill by following these metrics. And also
mhm,
you can see by category that you are running some RDS instances. You have unattached
mhm,
EBS volume, and also
mhm.
an elastic IP that is not currently used.
Okay. Okay, and the RDS instance that is showing up here, is that showing up because it exists, or is it showing up because it's doesn't there's no utilization of the resource, or is it just a list of the resource?
For the server full resources, the metric that I'm using is the CPU usage and the network packet.
Okay.
So in the last 7 days, the average of those two metrics are compiled and if the the metric is below a threshold, the
Hmm.
notification will be used.
Okay, very cool. Okay, and I also like those EBS volumes that are not attached, because those are things that are piling up in accounts usually, because are you using some automation or stuff and forget
Yeah,
about things. The same with unused elastic IP addresses. So it's each resource doesn't cost too much,
but
but they are adding up and piling up, and then at the end you
yeah,
have $100 bill just with the resources that you're not using. So this is really
yeah,
cool
and
to
and
have
the
that
cool
in
thing
here.
is that unused is scanning all the AWS regions. So if you forgot an EBS volume in
Mm-hmm.
US East 1 or another region that you are not using, um, um, it will
Mm-hmm.
bring you a notification.
Yeah, this is important as well, because sometimes I spin up CloudFormation stacks in another region just to do some testing, and then because I don't look at this region usually, I just forget about it. Yeah,
Right.
that's really cool to have all of that in one place. Okay, so besides getting a notification in the Slack channel, I also received this email.
Yeah, and the cool thing with this report is that you are able to jump directly to the AWS asset by clicking on the link for each resources. It will bring you to the AWS console to the target asset. So you will be able to
Mm-hmm. So when I click here on the volume, I'm jumping right here to the management console. This is the volume that I
exactly,
no longer need, and basically I just press the delete button
exactly.
and then it's gone. Really cool. Okay, here. Okay, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
email. Okay, so this could also go to, I don't know, the team's inbox or something, and everyone gets that, so that I can distribute that. Look at this every Monday in the stand-up meeting, something like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Basically, we are using generic email for the reports, and you also
Mm-hmm.
can add some custom tags that you want to show up, like for example, the project tag or the cost
Uh-huh.
center or the name of the owner of the resources. So you can add on the right column.
Is that something I can edit
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
preferences, or okay? Here's
The
the
tags.
tags, the
Yeah,
custom AWS tags. Okay,
and
cool. Yeah, that's
and it's a
interesting.
list, so
Mm-hmm.
you can add multiple tag if you want.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. So I don't have any tags in my account, but I could do cost center here or something like
Mhm.
that. Okay. Cool. So I see here a subscribe button. So how does the whole pricing model work of unused.cloud?
Yeah, so the pricing model, it's free forever for a single AWS account. So you can use for your personal AWS account, for your training AWS account.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to add
Mm-hmm.
multiple AWS accounts, you will have to purchase a license plan. And
Mm-hmm.
so maybe you can show the pricing page.
Listed here.
Yeah, so typically it's free for a single AWS account on the left. Free forever,
Mm-hmm.
so you can try by yourself. And we have different plan, one for startup and for enterprise. You will have to request a code. But
Okay. Cool. What is on your backlog? What is the things
yeah,
that you plan on working on with unused.cloud in the future? Maybe can you share
yeah.
a little bit
So
of that?
basically, I will add different services for the WAS detection. So in my plan, I will support more serverless resources like container, unused Lambda function, for example, or also the usage of EIM permission and asset like EIM user or roles. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it costs nothing, but it's to tackle the attack surface and to reduce your security pain point. So the
Mm-hmm.
idea is to bring more assets and also I will work on the deployment of multiple AWS accounts at once. So you will be able to.
So maybe one other thing that I forgot to ask you about is the supported AWS services. So we have seen RDS, EC2, EBS, and Elastic IP. What else is on the list of the
There is
supported
also
services right now?
there is also DevGlue endpoints, Redshift cluster, and SageMaker notebooks. It's the usual suspect of the end of month billing.
Yeah,
So yeah,
the expensive
it's
ones.
it's mainly the server full resources.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I really found that interesting. The demo was really cool. The product is very very simple but very helpful
Thanks.
to keep an eye on your resources in your account. Is there anything else you want
No,
to
it's
add?
fine for me.
Cool. Thank you very much for first of all for bringing that product to existence, for building that. Thanks for sharing with us and demoing it. So you will find all the links to unused.cloud and to all other projects of Victor in the show notes. So thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed the AWS Toolkit episode today, subscribe to the cloudonaut newsletter, our podcast, or our YouTube channel, and make sure you're not missing any of our upcoming shows. We are also looking forward to your feedback, so write a comment or send us an email on hello@cloudonaut.io. Find us on LinkedIn or Mastodon, wherever you want to reach us. We are happy to hear from you. And also, I want to thank our supporters who make this show possible. Please consider supporting our work as well with a recurring or one-time donation. You will find links to all of that in the video description as well. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks again, Victor, and bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.